Hey folks, Jesse Randall, MSU Forestry Innovation Center outside Escanaba. What we're standing in is, I would say, 80% disappointment and 20% possible hope. This is our purple top turnip food plot or demonstration. Beautiful stand. The site was prepped. We spread enough seed out here to fully take over the site. Cultipacked in, it germinated well. We got growing, and then things dried down. And now this is a very close cousin to our Dwarf Essex rape. They're all brassicas, but you can see the difference. The first one, the Dwarf Essex, doesn't form a bulb. This one does form a bulb, so it's got more of a nutrition and more, or a nutrient draw. It's got more of a water demand. And when things turned off, it really began to dry out. And you can see that these plants really stunted. We also didn't fertilize this one. And I think what we would have is a healthier stand. We would have maybe some deeper root systems. And then I think what we had is we had some insects come in and begin to sting the top of the leaves, and they have really set these plants back. So not only did the drought hurt us, but the fact that we had an insect come in here, and again, being that this is kind of a poor man's food plot, we did not want to have added costs of spraying an insecticide. Again, when you're out here all the time, we see a ton of turkeys in here and they're feeding on those insects. And so anything we add from a chemical side of things is going to go into the environment. It's going to go into those turkeys. And so, you know, for us as a demonstration, it's sometimes more powerful for us to learn from our failures. So if we were going to do this again, one, I would do it on a year where we have moisture. And if you can tell me when we're going to have timely rains, I'll hire you. But that's one of the things that we have when we're farming, and essentially when you're growing a food plot, you are now a farmer, and you live and die by moisture and the weather. And so you can see that our purple tops, they're 2-inch in diameter. They're nothing special, but these are going to continue to grow throughout this September. I hope we'll start to catch some timely rains and that they'll put on some biomass. And then you can see in comparison to that Dwarf Essex, the deer have really, they've come in here, they might take a bite here and there, but these tops they're bitter. They're way more bitter than what their cousin is, the Dwarf Essex. And so these will not be eaten until we get a hard, very hard killing frost. And then overnight, the deer are going to come in here, they'll start to eat the tops, they'll start to eat the bulbs, and they're going to, these bulbs will stay in the ground throughout the winter. The deer will come in, paw through the snow, and dig these up and eat these bulbs. So on one hand, when I stand in here and I look around, there's a lot of bulbs that have formed. There's a lot of them in that 1 to 2 inch size class range. I think if I were to do it again, I'd give this a little bit more fertilizer. I'd give it a shot of fertilizer. And when in doubt, work with one of our partners, work with Ray's Feed Mill to do a soil test and see where your fertility is. Let them know what the crop is. We see a lot of our sportsmen and women, they go through the effort of putting these food plots in. They buy the seed, they take the time, but then they don't spend a little bit of extra money putting on fertilizer. And I think we would have been, through our drought, much farther ahead if we had given them a little bit of fertilizer. So we really appreciate it when you follow us, and more importantly, when you subscribe to our Uper Forestry channel on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter. It really does help us get the word out about the events that we are planning, and also the comments that you have for us. It changes how we operate here, and if there's something you want us to try and see in a demonstration and some quasi research behind it with fertilizer or chemical, let us know and we'll try it. We're working our plans for next season already. So like, subscribe, and comment. And with that, be safe and have a great fall season.